Alright, welcome back to Missing Persons TV. I'm Brian Ladd with my co-host Deborah. Today is Friday, May 15th, 2009, 8:52 p.m. As usual, we will be discussing three cases from 2008 and the new case that I did last night. But before we get started, how you doing, Deborah?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing tonight?
Fine. You can see, I guess Jamie noticed I did get a haircut today. So I went out and spent $7.95, well, $10 for the tip and everything. So it's a lot cooler. It's really, really hot out today. Well, I say 80 degrees. You folks in Florida, that's normal.
80 degrees?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
still need sweatshirts here where I live in the North Pole.
Yeah. Well, you need them all year round, I think, don't you?
No, actually, we've had it break. We've had temperatures break 80 here so far this year. It's actually been pretty decent. It's hitting like the low 60s each day. It's pretty dreary though, not getting a lot of sunshine, which is pretty normal for Michigan.
Yeah.
Once summer comes, then we'll get quite a bit of sun. By the end of the month, it'll get a lot better, and that's good because I need the sun to heat the pool. So we don't have a heater on it.
Heat the pool? You have a pool?
Yep.
You never told me that.
Should have the pool up. The pool will be up by the end of the month. It won't be warm enough to swim in by then, but it'll be operational.
Yeah.
The kids will probably get in when it's cold. I don't get in until it's like about 75. Then I'll get in.
My neighbor Brett has a hot tub, but we don't have any pools around here. We got a river though. We got the Potomac right down the street. That's a little dangerous though. You don't really want to go swimming in that unless you know what you're doing, and it's down and the current's not really flowing. But we go swimming. We go to Rocky Gap, which is in Maryland, and we go to Capon Lake, which is right outside Berkeley Springs. They both have beaches. We used to go there almost every single day.
Well, see, the beaches you get are different from mine. I can be at the beach, at any one of several beaches, in less than an hour's time. The one I like the most, that my whole family likes the most, is less than an hour away. It's in Grand Haven. Got a nice boardwalk, beautiful sand beaches, but ours are on the lake. Your beaches are on the ocean?
Oh, no. Our beaches aren't on the ocean. They're on lakes. I'm way inland. So, I mean, I'm not way inland, but no, I can't hit the beach in an hour. When I say beach, I mean beach on the lake. Just like you mean.
Just those small type lakes that are like ponds, though. The beaches.
Well, no, Rocky Gap is pretty big.
Michigan.
Rocky Gap's pretty big, but the one here, yeah, it's like a pond with some sand somebody dumped in there. But it's still fun. So.
A lot of times those small lakes, they warm up so much faster. I know when I was pregnant with my first, oh gosh, she's going to be 20 next month. So this goes back like 20 years. We used to go in, I had her June 21st as her birthday. Well, for at least a month before, we'd go swimming every night at this state park that was on a lake, and it was in New York State. It was upstate in Orange County. And it was like bathwater. It was so nice. And we were doing that, I'm sure, by this time of year there. And the water was really, really warm. So I think those warm up a lot faster than Lake Michigan here by me.
Yeah, at Rocky Gap, they have these little fish, and they actually they nip at you. And if you're not used to that, you freak out because you don't know what it is. I put some goggles on and went down. These little fish, I guess little sunfish or whatever, and they nip at your feet and your legs. And they don't really bite, but it's definitely awkward if you're not used to it.
Well, it is, because I was not used to that until, well, after I got married, started going to the family cottage, my husband's family's cottage in upstate in Wisconsin. And on the lake there, it's on a lake called Paradise Lake, and if you're even standing like in 6 inches of water, and you just start walking into the lake, or even if you were to stand on the dock, there's a big floating dock out there and everything. If you were to stand on that, you can see all the fish swimming all over. If you just step in 6 inches or 12 inches of water, they're swimming all around your legs, your ankles, your feet, just like you say, and they're nipping. The way to make them stop is to keep moving, because when you're moving, they stay away. When you get still,
well, especially when the water's not too clear.
That I was swimming with the fishies.
Because you anticipate them, and you're like, well, wait a second, what's going on? And these little nipping, right? And it's kind of eerie because you don't really know what's down there unless you actually, go down there. So it's kind of like a I don't know, I guess a little scary in a way.
Well, I think the thing is, I was always used to swimming in lakes and everything, and I did a lot of camping when I was a kid.
Hmm.
We used to go camping every weekend, and regular lakes, and then parks on Lake Michigan on the other side over in Upper Michigan and in Wisconsin and stuff. And I guess I was always swimming with the fishies, so to speak, but
Hmm.
I just never really noticed it. They weren't around that much as they were at the lake up north. So that was kind of, and then up north too, in order to, there's a well there, and in order to, there's all indoor plumbing and everything. I mean, it's
Um,
really nice
s-
and to
speak.
save, on that. Everyone bathes and washes their hair in the lake. So then you're taking buckets up the hill, to rinse your hair because you don't want to get the shampoo and conditioner in the water and pollute the lake. So I always wondered if, I'd grab those buckets of water to rinse my hair and I'd end up with fish, end up pouring little fishies over my head too. That'd probably make me scream.
Yeah. Okay, we had a winner yesterday for what's in the box. I put a little graphic up right here. That lets you guys know about the our next test, if you want to call it, about what's in the box. I put an object in the box today, um, and I asked Deborah if I should have put that object in the box, and I'm going to replace it. Um, I think that might have been too easy, and too predictable, I guess. So that's going to change. So I will have an object in the box right after this show. And if you guys are new to this, watching this on MetaFeed or Blip or whatever else, if you go to that URL that you see on the screen right now, Brian's Dreams /box, briansdreams.com/box. And I'm just reading Ken Jamie's comment. Wait, too easy. /box, and you'll get
But
the deal on.
it's mentioned before. I
Yeah,
think it's too easy.
right now I'm going to make this little graphic right here. People will see this, and if you don't know what it is basically we're doing like a test in remote viewing, dream viewing, or whatever you want to call it, and it's exactly what Deborah does for me every night. She sends me a case file, and then I actually print it out. The case file just contains generally just the first and last name of the person, and maybe a little bit of the description, and then an image. I print that out, and I actually fold this one time, and use it 2 times. Remember, this works for me. You can do it any way you want to, or you don't have to do it at all. There's a lot of people that are experts in remote viewing and stuff that don't need to do any of this stuff. I do. I don't call it a crutch, but this is how it works for me generally. It doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work a lot of the time. Um, so I put it under my pillow, and then I'll during the night I usually sleep with like a notepad like this that I'm using to take notes on right now, and I'll basically just draw my dreams. I'll actually kind of wake myself up. I'm not totally awake, and I'll draw my dreams and go back to sleep. And it happens a lot throughout the night. I've been doing it for a long time now, so I'm getting a little bit better at it. I think I'm just getting more used to it. I think you can get used to anything. It's like I said, it's really hard kind of waking yourself up when you're in a dream that you don't really want to wake up. So I think that was the hardest part for me. So anyways, I write down whatever I have in the dream. If I think it may relate to the case or not, or if I think it does relate to the case, I will post it on the internet the next day. You'll see this tonight in our show. We have a case that Deborah gave to me last night, and I posted that today. So we'll do that. And generally, that's what we do at every show. We do have a new case. So anyway, so about the box, take the picture, put it on your pillow, and then forget about it. And then if you happen to have a dream through the night, if you're able to record that, however possible that you can, like I said before, either via pencil and paper, or voice recorder, anything that you may have, please do so, and then let us know what your results are. And you can do that just by going to this website now. There'll be an email link in there for you. You just click on the first email, I think, and that'll actually send you a picture of the box and its location. Like I said, just print that out, and then whenever you do have a dream or whatever you think's in the box, let us know. Because you don't have to do what I do. You don't have to draw anything. You don't have to scan it, but we would appreciate that to determine what it looks like, especially with Jamie's drawing. Even though they were leaves, and the item was feathers, we were looking at the texture and the way that it was, and I think Deborah and I both agreed when we looked at it, it did look like what I was holding. So anyways, I will have an image in the box tonight. If you want to participate, I'd go to thebriansdreams.com/box and see what's in the box. Deborah, did I miss anything? I think I skipped something, but I don't know.
Okay, they can send a blank email to box@missingpersonforum.com.
Yeah, and that's on the page too. I put that up there.
Who they send the result to?
That's on the page too. But basically, it's you can send it to what's in the box at Missing Person Forum. But all the links are email links are on that page now, which is actually the URL is on the screen right now. So Jamie, we look forward to sending you something else this time. At this point, I don't know what we're going to pick. What are we going to pick, Deborah?
Well, I'm not sure what you're going to pick, and then.
Well, I did pick something. You told me no. You said no.
Should I tell you? Do you really want to know? Should I tell you? Do you
really
said
don't use it, or you'll be fired. That's what you said.
What's that?
You said don't use it, or you're fired. You threatened me again with my job security.
Until someone else can do what you're doing, I think your job is pretty secure.
Everybody can do what I'm doing.
Until I get more pink paper.
What I do, Deborah, is I keep trying over and over and over again. So everybody can do what I'm doing. Just keep trying, you know. Okay, tell them what I was going to put in the box, and we'll go on to the show.
Okay. Well, this is something that has been mentioned by people in chat before. I'm not sure who said it. So
let's see how good Jamie is. Jamie, what is in my hand over here?
Yeah, a little Buddha. Somebody that would not be a good thing.
It's right here.
And no kittens.
Right there. That's what I had in the box. We'll put the Buddha back.
Okay.
Rock.
Well, it had been discussed in the chat room that there could be a little Buddha in the box. That was some weeks ago. But yeah, it was brought up. So you have to come up with a better one.
Yep. So I guess it'll be kittens. Just don't tell anybody there's kittens in the box, because no one's going to cheat. Okay? But we want to hurry up, so we want to try to get these kittens. I'm just kidding. There won't be anything live in the box.
Well, I'm actually afraid we may have to put kittens in the boxes. And at that point, I may start doing the box here, because I'm afraid that we may be having, for the first time ever, a litter of kittens.
Oh, congratulations.
Cats fixed and everything. No, don't congratulate me. I'm not sure, but oh boy. They can do their little job. Those little boy kitties can do their job at an extremely young age. Mm-hmm. And when they're trotting around, and we have 3 other cats, and we've got the new little kitten. But one of them is not fixed yet. And she's quite young, and she was a runt. And I was going to get her fixed at one point and get her front declawed at the same time, because they're indoor kitties. And the vet didn't want to do it because she was so small, being the runt of the litter and all, wanted me to wait. Well, I had no idea that little boy kitties could do their little duty, so to speak, at such a young age. And this little guy, even though he's teeny tiny, he's walking around with some attitude, so to speak. So I'm afraid something could happen. I'm afraid it has happened from all the research I've done. And that means, you know, in the predicament I'm in, I may just have to let it happen, because I can't justify a kitty abortion.
No, little kittens are easy to get rid of. It's just when they get older that they're a little harder to get rid of. We have an adoption page on my website /adoption, and it's worked. I mean, I've given away puppies. and other people have given away things. Things when
Okay,
I mean
let's know if
cats.
that nightmare is true.
What nightmare? You mean about the kittens?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
No, I know that they find homes for them pretty quickly because that's how we end up getting all of our cats. We feel bad because someone's got a kitten that needs a home.
Mhm.
We say, no, we got somebody already. Oh, what the heck? The thing needs a home, right? We had as many as 7 indoor at one time, 7 cats.
Mhm.
So now this new kitten makes number 4 right now. All I can say is if it happens, I'm not keeping any of them.
Well, we actually do have a section. It's just briansdreams.com/adopt. And you'll see the puppies that I'd gotten homes for, um, and I think Gail's actually found homes for a lot of animals too.
I think Gail's been involved in transporting them to their new homes too, hasn't she?
Yeah, something. Yeah, some type of transport where somebody wants an animal,
Right.
that's far
She
away,
takes a certain
a
trip
certain
or
leg.
whatever.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a little network.
yeah, that's a really good idea too. So you
I
only
think
have to
it was
drive
Gail
so far.
talking about that.
Yeah, it was Gail. Speaking of Gail, Gail's daughter's in the hospital right now. She's in stable condition. She won't be doing our show, but she wanted to ask everybody if they could please pray for her. Um, and I think they're going to operate on her. As far as I know, I heard today, Gail's been at the hospital like 24 hours a day. But she's in stable condition right now, and they are going to operate. Something to do with the liver, and the pancreas, and gallstones, or something like that. So if you guys could, please pray for her, that would be appreciated. I think Kevin mentioned it
Gail's
last night.
daughter and Gail and her entire family, and my thoughts and prayers.
Okay. Anything else before we start?
No, we should probably start it and talk about those that are missing, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Um, okay, tonight I'm running. I remember I run the graphics and everything myself here too. So um, sometimes I'll pause, and that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find a picture here, um, and I can't find the picture. Found an alligator though.
Are we discussing Stancy first?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, see, I'm careful with, cases of those that are recently missing.
Mm-hmm.
When there's an Amber Alert issued, I don't always give you the Amber Alert right away that night because in most cases they're found rather quickly, the same day or early the next day.
I got a picture up
unless there's some sort of danger or something involved. But this girl was missing for a month, and I gave it to you last night, and by the time you could post it a few hours ago, she was located.
Yeah, that's been you confirmed that, correct? And the media hasn't
Yes,
confirmed that. I don't think, but
There's no way to confirm it online, except by using the number I found online and calling the local police department to verify. When I realized her poster was down at the National Center today, that normally means they're located, but I did call the police in Wausau and double check it.
Well,
but that seems to happen.
It's another case where you give me something, they're found.
Yeah, I know. That seems to happen a lot.
Okay,
so
anyway.
You have to do a lot more work, several cases per night. We can get everybody found much quicker.
Well, why don't you just send me a list of everybody and then and see what happens, to see if any of them are just found. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of being serious. Like a list of everybody that's missing somehow. I'll print it out, put it on my pillow, and see if anybody's found. I won't be able to have the dreams on them, but just to see, because it's kind of strange how people are.
That would be a good thing to try.
Just as, yeah, because she was gone for a month. You gave it to me last night, and she's been located, according to the call that she made. Now I want to stress. Though it's not in the media. It's not in the news that she's been located. This is Deborah's research, which is always right, but I'm just saying that's what you.
There was one media article She's from a rather small town in Wisconsin, from Wausau, actually, and I'm familiar with that area.
Let me get
Um,
people up to speed. Her name is Stancy Vue, correct?
correct.
Okay, and this is case number 743. Um, and her picture's up on the screen right now. Go on.
Well, Stancy had run away. At 15 years old, she had run away on April 18th in Wausau, Wisconsin. She took all of her clothes with her, and they initially thought, and then there was one news article online from a local Wausau station, and that was dated April 28th, and it stated that they had initially thought she was with her boyfriend, but they had located him by the 28th. So by the time she was missing 10 days, they found the boyfriend that they thought she was with. That article did not get updated, but it did list on there, anyone who has information, please contact the Wausau Police Department. So I did call to verify that she was located.
Okay.
But, this is a 15-year-old runaway.
Right, but
who
you called the
intended to
police
run away,
department.
even took her clothes with her.
Right.
So as far as it getting updated online, I'm not sure if they'll ever update that story, actually. But normally when a poster's pulled at National Center, they're located.
Okay.
And, that was confirmed by the law enforcement. What did you get?
Okay. This is for Stancy Vue. The case was requested to be open on May 14th, 2009, and that was last night. The case was posted today, 5/15/2009. I have three dream drawings. The first one says West on Grand Street gas station, and there's a drawing of some type of gas station. Maybe possibly she had made the person she was with or by herself, whatever, maybe, but went west to a Grand Street gas station. The next dream drawing says May 22, which I'm guessing would be May 22nd. She will go there again. Must stop the death. Okay, this is kind of what bothered me a little bit, even though you said she's been found. West, and then the number 1313, and then the word on. The third dream drawing says, police were called, she's still there, safe, the number 13, red lines. So I can't confirm this, but it did say she was safe and police were called, she's still there. But what does bother me is about the May 22nd thing. If something were to happen, it might be, like if she did run away. I mean, apparently she did run away, but she ran away, correct? This is confirmed. She wasn't taken by anybody.
Right, she ran away.
Well, maybe something on May 22nd, she does this again, it might not end like it did today. Well, that's what I got. The case is, of course, closed because she's been located. So that's all I got. So I'm glad to hear that she was located. And I'm not going to say this dream is correct or incorrect or whatever, because there's nothing here that really. Other than safe, there's nothing really here indicating it says she was found or anything like that. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So we'll just keep it as that, closed. Not enough information. You were going to say something else? Go ahead.
No, I don't have anything else for the case.
Okay. Okay, so that's the case for Stancy Vue, and I'm glad that she's located. We have three cases tonight, and they are as follows. Case number 606. Amy Fitzpatrick, case number 607, Elyan Rosario, and case number 608, Kyle Fleischmann. 607, did I pronounce that correctly? Is it Elyan? Or
Elyan.
Elyan, I'm sorry, Elyan Rosario, correct?
Rosario is what I would
okay.
say.
Okay. Let me get the graphics up real quick. Here we go. Okay. All right. This is case 606, Amy Fitzpatrick. The case was requested to be open, and I can't tell because it's too small. It's in the thumbnail. But it does say, okay, January 27th, 2008. The case was opened the next day, January 28th, 2008. And that's all I see up here as far as the request information. Deborah, what information do we have for Amy?
Amy's been missing since January 1st of 2008. She was born in 1992, 15 years old, 1.65 meters tall. She had black hair at the time that she went missing. She is from Dublin, Ireland. She was visiting for the holidays in Spain. The last time that she was seen was on the evening of New Year's Day of 2008. She left a friend's home that night, and that's in the tourist resort area of Riviera del Sol, and that was at about 10 p.m. She was last seen wearing brown tracksuit bottoms and a t-shirt with the word diesel on the front of it. With this case being out of the country, they don't give as much information. You can find more things about Amy by visiting the various websites that her family has. And I'll get those addresses here. You can learn more by going to searchforamy.com.
Hold on, let me get that. Searchforamy.com?
Right.
Okay.
Missingamy.com.
Okay.
And then there's also some MySpace and Bebo sites and other things for Amy out there. There's various YouTubes. She's listed at foreversearching.com. So there's quite a few places that she's listed, you know. So as far as it being a case that's out of the country, there's a lot more activity than we see in some of them. So what do you have on Amy's case?
Thank you, Deborah. Just put, so I've got searchforamy.com and missingamy.com. They're posted on the case file. And if there's anything other links or whatever, we'll post them too. The first stream drawing I have says 4 days in car, safe, the number 397, 29K north. That could be kilometers north. Rings, the letters HT. Friend is new. 3, room house, 9, either 55 or SS and then X. That actually could be a license plate number. And the next one is a drawing of a bunch of flowers or something. Yeah, a bunch of flowers. It says Amy, red flower tattoo. She will return. Sketches, UK, call 711. And it says on the bottom, I'm not sure, but this may not be an abduction. Would be looking for 29 kilometers north of where she disappeared, and possibly she made a phone call to a UK phone number 711. She may have left with a friend that she had just met. Initials might be HT, and this person might have a tattoo of a rose. I do not have any idea what the rest is at this time, and I still don't. There's a bunch of, if you guys see the case, there's a bunch of flowers, trees, and stars and everything else on this page. There was, of course, some correspondence back for some people that were concerned, but there's really nothing as far as substantial information that we have that could really be any more of help. So, like a lot of the cases, I guess a redo. You think?
Yes, I think so.
Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else for Amy.
Okay. The next case is case number 607. Elyan Rosario. Pronounce that correctly for me one more time, Deborah. Elyan Rosario?
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Elyan Rosario. The case was requested to be opened by Jenny on January 24th of 2008. Case was opened January 28th of 08. Deborah, what information do we have for Elyan?
Elyan was abducted by his father. His father actually started a blog on WordPress that he was going to continue to update, which he did not continue the updates on. Elyan, his date of birth is October 7th of 2002. He's missing from Paris. He's been missing since the 19th of July of 2007. Let's see. I'm trying to read in the French here. I'm trying to look at what's translated and what's not translated. It's rather difficult. By going to the forum, you can look at different links to photos and to some blogs, although the dad did not continue the blog.
So what's the dad's name?
There's a blog by the mom, and
Deborah, what's his name?
The dad's name?
Right.
That's what I'm looking for, to get one that's more of an English translation. Okay, that's a link to the photos.
Go on. I didn't really mean to interrupt you. I'm just looking at something. Correspondence. His name is not Anthony, correct? Would you know that, Deborah?
Actually, it could be. I'm trying to find it.
Okay, then if it's Anthony, okay, then yeah, it is. Yeah, I've got it. I've got an email from his father then.
I know you have correspondence from his mom, Christina.
No, I got something from Anthony too. It's posted on the case file.
Okay, he was 4 at the time that his dad took him. And what I found, it says that his father and another person traveled from Zurich, and they fled further to Sri Lanka. The dad, according to what I'm finding here, did something with a cell phone card, giving it to someone he knew, to make it look like Elyan was still in French territory for the remainder of that summer when he took him. And that person got indicted for complicity of kidnapping.
Okay.
And at this point, they don't know where Elyan is. They have signed what they call the La Haye agreement on child kidnapping, and they're trying to locate him. At this point, his mom, Christina, is a member of the forum, and she's posted there. She's put a link to photos that she has, which is the equivalent of our photo bucket accounts or whatever. Of course, everything's in French. She is from Paris, France.
Okay.
But she does
we've got a
some
private
English.
case on this too. We have a private case on this too. I'm just looking right now. And we need to redo this one. Go on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Keep going. I'm just.
Go ahead
I'm just. I'm just.
You have on this case.
I'm just. Well, as you were talking, I was looking at the private case I have on this too. Okay. Looking at this, I mean, it's possible that he may be in the United States. The first stream drawing says Tampa, Florida trailer. Tampa, Florida trailer park, the number 63, and then Star. Star actually might be the name of the trailer park. There's some type of drawing of the logo or something like that. Next one is a picture of a gas station. It says gas station. Evan is safe. Check out school records 382. There's a drawing of a gas station with the type of aisle, the island for the gas station, and the thing over it, whatever it's called. I forget what that's called right now. The third drawing is actually, as it says, a drawing of like a man, curly hair. It just says the word star on there. Looks like he's got well, definitely curly hair, maybe skinny built, large eyes. It's there. The dream drawing is there. I'm not sure what that's on his neck. It might be either a scar or maybe some jewelry or something. Either way, that's what I got. I'm reading this on the bottom. It says Elyan may be called Evan, and he may be living in a trailer park in Tampa, Florida. Trailer might be numbered 63. If he went missing in France, I'm not sure how he could be in Florida, but I do believe this RV is for him. And that's what I have as far as the public case on this. We probably need to redo this then, just to see if I get anything in the United States, especially in Florida, then maybe it's quite possible he could be alive in the United States somehow.
Right. If you come up with a similar result or anything indicating that, with the span of time, that's more than a year since you'd last done it.
Right. We need to delay this one though for at least a few days.
Right. After you talked about and looked at everything, yeah.
Okay. Anything else? We have a private case on this. Let's definitely do something on this one though. Anything else?
No, nothing else. I'm sure Christina will be very grateful that you're doing some more work on the case.
Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't get to it sooner. That's another good reason. Another reason why these shows are so good to do, because it not only lets us look at these cases, and lets me update some things here on the case file. Some of these pages are really old, and they don't have too many links, especially to the websites that are dedicated for these people. So we're doing it, and I think it's all good. The next case and the final case tonight is case number 608, Kyle Fleischmann. The case was requested to be opened on November 17th of 07, and it was opened, posted to the web January 31st, 2008. Deborah, what information do we have for Kyle?
Kyle Fleischmann has been missing since November 9th, 2007 from Charlotte, North Carolina. His date of birth is September 24th, 1983. 25 years old right now. He is 24 when he went missing, 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, Caucasian male with brown hair and green eyes. Last seen wearing a black short sleeve t-shirt, jeans, and black dress shoes. The last place he was seen was at the Buckhead Saloon in Uptown Charlotte on November 9th of 07. He'd gone out to the bar with his friends after they'd seen a show, and then he broke away from his friends, and his friends went home. The surveillance camera in the bar shows that he left alone, that Kyle left the bar on his own by himself at 2:20 a.m. And he got into a cab on Tryon Street, Tryon, and he was never seen again after that. He kept making cell phone calls after he left the bar that night. And the cell phone records indicate that he was still in the uptown area of Charlotte, North Carolina while he was making those calls. He was employed at the time as an executive at Fidelity Investments. And he lived in a condo with roommates. His roommates are not considered to be suspects in his disappearance. They say that Kyle's very responsible and that he would not leave on his own without warning. At the time that Kyle went missing, his mom was undergoing treatment for breast cancer, and he was in very close contact with her because of that. They say that he was not having any personal or financial problems at the time that he went missing, and that he was in a good mood that last day that he was seen. He graduated in 2006 from Elon, E-L-O-N, University, where he got a degree in business administration, and he was also a member of the Kappa Alpha fraternity. His parents believe that there was foul play and that he was probably murdered. I know that that's not what you have on this case, and if I remember correctly, this case is connected to another case.
Yeah,
we were discussing this. We reviewed the other case not long ago.
I'm looking at it the same way. I'm looking at the similarities all over again. Yeah. You have anything else?
Go ahead with what you
Okay.
have.
First of all, looking at this this case, we promised Nicole, or at least I did, that I'd do another dream drawing on this, and it looks like it hasn't happened again. This is from over a year ago. Okay, so this is definite this week. Well, this week's Sunday. Okay, definitely have to do this.
Okay.
And it said, it's talking about here. It says, "I'm sorry, I should have got to it sooner, but I forgot." Actually, this is from Elizabeth that asked that. So, I got to do this. These cases, I believe, are definitely related. We're talking about case 608. We're on right now, maybe related to case 588. We've done a show on that, on the relationships to those cases. That would be show number 68. So it wasn't too long ago.
That's Justin Gaines' case, right?
Right. Okay, so the dream drawings from January 31st of 2008 state thin white female, dark hair, 26 years old, Tracy, TN, Tennessee, meth cooking. And drawing of a female here. It's not a bad drawing for me. Um, Next one says Nashville Park 29 blocks propane tank. That is a drawing of a, it looks like a trailer with a propane tank attached to the rear of it, and the structure is supported with blocks. And it's possible that it could be a Nashville Park, might be the name of it, but there's a number 29 that may be an address. And then that point I wrote, sorry, this is all I know. And that's all I know. And we discussed the relationship to this case in case number 588, which is Justin Gaines. Justin Gaines says, well, you guys just look at it, please. There's a link. There's a link to there. There's information here. There's no doubt these cases are related. And we actually, I think there's an address. So I don't know if it's been looked into or not, but it looks like with case 588, let me get the address out. I think we even posted a map, didn't we? I don't know. Here's what I'm just going to sum it up. What it says on 588. It says, I think Justin went with a young woman named Tina to Nashville, Tennessee, and could possibly staying in a white trailer with her. I also think the woman may be wanted by the police, and Justin may also be in trouble because of his connection to her. Remember, this is Justin. I do remember a small GPS device and a digital alarm clock with the time 3:07 a.m. on it. I believe this is the time that Justin may have met Tina. So far, I don't have any connection to any other missing person cases. That was back then, and there's definitely a relationship between these cases. It's talked about, it's posted. There's a lot of information on case 588, a lot more specific information. So I don't know if it's been looked into or not, but I definitely want to do another redo for 608. Okay.
Okay. Probably Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I won't be thinking too much about it, but yeah, I definitely want to get that done. Anything else, Deborah?
No, I don't think so. I think that's
Okay,
all
real quick. I think I have the graphic up for case 588. Justin Gaines. Let me just see. Hold on a second. Since we're talking about it, I want to get his picture up. All right, this is him. So these are the cases. These are the cases I think maybe be related. So case 588, and then case 608. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Before we get going, we did forget to mention Adji Desir last night. As you guys know by now, hopefully everybody listening and seeing me right now knows that Adji Desir went missing January 10th, 2009 from Immokalee, Florida. Deborah, any information we want to put out on him? Anything new or anything else that maybe
There's really
upcoming
not
searches?
anything new. The last time there was really anything going on, any attention for Adji, so to speak, was when Gail started up by going down there to search for him. So, by them covering Gail going down there to search, that got his photo and information out there some more. Sadly, Nancy Grace did not come through to cover Adji as she said she would. Hopefully she makes good on that at some point. We do need more awareness for Adji, for everyone that's missing.
It's not just that, it bothers me that he's not only 6 years old, but I mean he's mentally handicapped, very vulnerable, and I guess it's just not a good enough story for the media to pick up on. I mean, it's so important that his picture gets out there, yet it does not seem to be happening. It's really
the thing
disgusting.
is, with his handicap, say that he's functioning at the age of 2 at the most,
right?
And that he can't speak. He does understand quite a bit of things that are said to him in Haitian Creole, but he can't. People could be parading him around in public, and he can't even say, "Hey, I'm missing. Hey, that's not, help me. That's not my mama. That's not my daddy."
Okay.
And with the language barriers, his parents are not, as equipped as a lot of, others, because they speak the Haitian Creole. Also, they live in the farm workers village in Immokalee. The one time that they were featured in a news article that I had seen, there was a translator used. So that makes things a little bit more difficult. Well, probably a lot more difficult, actually. So, if people can try to get his information out there, we really appreciate it. And I don't understand why Oprah won't help.
I was going to bring that
I
up.
would think
Okay,
he could be
we know
the
Nancy
poster child.
Grace. We know Nancy Grace. Apparently, they decided not to do the story. We know that. We do not know if Oprah's heard about this case, or if even if anybody that talks to Oprah knows about this case. So, we can ask again. I mean, what do we need to do? Do we need to
Well,
do
we sent the
a telethon?
emails, and
We
if
need
anyone
to do
wants
a.
to do that, let's bombard Oprah with emails.
I was saying this last
You
time, Deborah.
got the auto response too, right?
Right.
When you
What
sent
if we
yours
do?
in, so there's that section on there.
Let's start broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until Oprah does something. Let's like they do telethons. Take shifts or whatever. Deborah, you just stay up 24 hours a day. I mean, we got to do something because this is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, if everyone can hit Oprah with emails once again, that would be
Please
much
do so.
appreciated. If you go to findadji.com, look near the top for the section with Oprah's name on it, and you'll find the link to her direct contact page in there to send her an email and see if she might help. I mean, I don't know. Something has to give, and Adji needs attention. So many others that are missing need attention. It's really frustrating me.
I mean, what I'm saying is this is really, really important because he could be out there and really nobody knows. No one knows he's missing. So that picture is what we need, and Oprah can do that. And that might be all it takes. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's Find Adji, and Adji is spelled Adji. You can also Google Adji, and you will find the Find Adji website. But please help. We need to get his picture out there. We talked about Kinko's. Deborah's done a great job on the forum, and there's a lot of good information posted up there. Please sign up. Please post some information and send an email to a friend. Forward that email to a friend. Have somebody forward that email to another friend. Whatever it takes. This is really getting ridiculous. I really hate to see that. This is definitely, to me, prejudice in the media. I mean,
well, the only thing that seems to be getting attention is the cases that seem to be made for the Jerry Springer show. So I don't know what it takes. If you have a whole bunch of dirt in your family, or some kind of secrets, or some kind of chaos or drama or something, and the kid goes missing, you're in luck. It's just wrong. And it seems to be prejudice in like two different ways. He's not a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed child, and he's also not, Jerry Springer type material as far as his story. But I would think that his handicap, him being developmentally disabled, would be enough to get him some more attention.
You would think.
Well, I might start getting like really mad.
Okay, and there's a lot of other missing. There's a lot of other missing people out there. Tell everybody about the two other fine websites we have open before we get going.
Okay, well, in addition to the findadji.com, we have Find Jessie, JESSIE.com going. That's run by Glendine Grant, and she is Jessie Foster's mom. Jessie has been missing since March 29th, 2006. She went missing in North Las Vegas, Nevada, and she's got a birthday coming up here. She's originally from Canada. Her mom lives in Kamloops, BC. Her mom has a whole lot of wonderful information about Jessie's case and about human trafficking at findjessie.com. Please share Jessie's photo with others and post and learn about the cause, learn about others that are missing, and in some of these cases. Glendine's done an awesome job over there.
Yes, she has.
Another one is Find Cindy, CINDY.com, and that's for Cynthia Ann Macklin. She's been missing since January 28th of this year. She went missing in Bay Cliff, Texas, 15 when she went missing. She's 16 years old now. Her mom, Deb, is running findcindy.com. Right now, the thing that would be the most helpful, two things actually. As with all the cases, we ask you guys to please get their photos out there. Share them with people. Email them around. Ask those people to forward it. Spread the awareness so people know that Cindy's missing. The other thing is, on findcindy.com, there are links to the direct contact pages for the national media and for all the media in the large cities in Texas. So if you could send some emails, Cindy's mom, Deb, went ahead and listed a pre-made email there at findcindy.com in the same section with all the contact pages to make it easier for you if you don't want to write your own. So if you could send a bunch of emails, that might get some attention to her case too. So whatever everyone can do to help, we really appreciate it. So please visit findadji.com, findjessie.com, and findcindy.com. And I'll stop now.
Thank you, Deborah. Once again, great job. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Missing Persons TV with Brian, Ladd, and Deborah. Good night.